Right.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he is going to lose.
I don't know what he got going on.
Go as a loss of a yard.
I kind of don't even care. Because the man, but
But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Like what you, right, it's almost like you invite me over here for your own. Yeah.
Nice to see an offense that has enough confidence.
Oh, I didn't know I had to.
They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
On third down, Penny. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have.
Bro, I've been broke so motherfucking long. I ain't had a dollar. Like every little dollar I get is gone soon as I get it.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's incomplete. Shot couldn't connect. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. Now this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run.
Right.
But for both sides, they have to
shit, and ain't nothing on Emerald going, is it?
I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else?
Damn, Wayne not in Marco no more?
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Wow.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
That's cold.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And he has got it.
Oh,
from
okay.
55 yards away.
Okay.
That was never in down.
Shit, well, somebody got something. God dang. So I'm holler at old Wayne, too.
But the field goal does get him the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off
I'm just being honest. I don't know. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about no games or nothing.
4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense
I'm fucking
and
fucked
have their
up,
own
though.
drive pay off in points for themselves.
And they'll get it all the way up about
Right. Well, I gotta hit a lick some type of way. Shit. Got to be. Oh, I've never been to Rivers, bro. I ain't never been to Rivers, bro.
Here's Locke. Buying time to his left. That one tipped and it's incomplete.
I've never been, period.
Hands there defensively at 2nd down.
I've never been. Yeah.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he finds Penny. And they're well past midfield.
So, shit, Bree don't go to that motherfucker damn near every day.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic.
Yeah.
But there was some
Funny.
concern
I don't know.
because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And
that's his little joint.
Really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Just a yard there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there.
And a big
on some goofball shit. Right, he so did it.
Combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of ground to cover here.
I heard about that too.
3rd and long after that sack. Looking to throw. Block. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Yeah, I heard about that shit too.
Way down inside the 35-yard
man,
line.
so how long you gonna man, you still shit, you don't even know where you going tonight.
I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is?
No, they open 24 hours now.
And maybe you can be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, and they open on weekends.
You start focusing on your coverage.
That started August something. Like August 1st.
Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Miles Sanders, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Right. Right. I wouldn't even, but she wouldn't get that argument out of me, though. Exactly. She would never get an argument out of me. It'll be like, babe, you absolutely right. Shit. I don't know what them people got going on. Shit, fuck them. Yeah, boo. You have to shit, you shit. It's me and you against the world, girl. Right. Bitch, you ain't finna, goddamn it, sucker me up about this, buddy. I'm getting this 200. I don't give a fuck what it is. But I'm so fucked up. See, this is what happened.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Walker has it. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Running right, here's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is third and goal. Locke's going to sneak it, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Seahawks are back within a score. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Extra point up and through by Myers. That'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
Talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of the half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Hurts. And that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
19 right. Back and 60.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gott. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to Walker on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Walker with another carry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throw out wide to Walker. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant on the touchdown pass from Drew Lock. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. Myers connects on the PAT. And that cuts the lead to 30, 24-21. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Defensively, Puna Ford with a tackle there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A good run there off right tackle. In old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Again, it's Walker. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, you know.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 13. Locke. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A give for Walker running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And Walker with it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Dancing, and he can't get it thrown away. He's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Locke. This one goes underneath to Walker. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow, wow. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
19 tight. 19 tight.
He'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
To the right side, this is Walker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Down right around the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they had the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Mama, I'm on the big screen. I took a big swing. like I'm Mike. I've got a no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king.
Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more.
She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it.
Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. So let's parachute where the air's nice. And let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna. The 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana.
Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more.
She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it.
Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, cause he Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not to ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni again it hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
Trust, mean taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog with your leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them no get the same. Me and them no get the same. Boy, that them don't know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only come for the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous. Man. You know go stop. You know go stop. You pretend. You know lie. You know be gang. You know go stop.
We going crazy, we at the top and we never gon' stop. Hop in a ghost, I'ma get swayzy. I just got off of the jet and I cry. My I win in a Humvee, I lie. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Chirac, Tema, in the cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Who's you ranting? I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980, Prezi Rolly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint mouth rush. More vacays, more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour cup. Toast to the winners, throw it up.
Juicy, where the drums at?
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates. All my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every next time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Let's go. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The wrong falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth far, brother, but I pushed the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The chattermouths who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or he did an AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I said I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a said I'm coming for everything.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Waddle now to return it. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Tua to throw again. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chase Edmonds from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins Browns put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And trouble trying the middle here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Two and now on 1st down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
It's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 44 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mostert is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They'll run with Mostert. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Tua going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the end zone, Watson. It's complete. Javon wins the open man. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. One more time with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Watson on first down. Got a man open. It's Wims. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. As time expires in the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And some space here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Tua. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Finding room at midfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a throw here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On first down, it's Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Watson. It's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Got a man here, it's Bryant. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant from 3 yards out. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by York is up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Mostert. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 93 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are right back in this football game. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Browns drive about to get started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. After the interception, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, 26 yards. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it was very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Watson.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Watson.
And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Tua. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down.